Hi, people. I hope you can all see me. I'm not in my old studio. I don't even have a lot of my paraphernalia, but I do have my grandfather's walking sticks. I do. I do have his walking sticks. Okay, because my things are still in, they're still being deposited over here, and it'll be a very long time before I have another studio of my own again. I am thinking that I shall have a new studio in the village. I'm actually going to build a round hut. Yes, I am. That's going to take time because we build our round huts with bricks and so on. So that's going to take time. And when I do have my round hut studio, with my traditional setup as it's supposed to be, I'll start filming from there. So, welcome to the Jamie Foxx reading, another place, another time. And I'm going to be using water. The one thing my ancestors told me was that I was too reliant on shells, which I am, and I will be using water. But they did allow me. This is just on them to throw some shells in the water if I'm looking for a ripple or whatever. And I've got a tiny little bowl of water over here. I think I like it. I will be holding it and I'll be blowing it as I am calling his name so that we can get some ripples. Water makes me nervous. Water is like watching a movie. I mean, every life is in water, and God's spirit is on water, as I just read in the Bible. And I said, oh my God, how apt, how accurate. So, this is the Jamie Foxx reading, right? And I will be doing it with water, and I'm going to be doing a lot of my readings with water until I am settled. And even when I am back in Africa, I'm going to be using water for a while before I transition back to shells, because my ancestors do not like my dependence on my tool. Right. And I discovered something too the other day, and I can share it on this video. I literally can give a reading using a mirror. Yes. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, you guys. But I literally can use a mirror to do a reading. I always used to go to the bathroom, and when I'm standing in front of a mirror, I would hear voices and I would see visions. And I said, oh, I have bathroom ancestors. My friends know all about my bathroom ancestors. I would say, oh my God, I have bathroom ancestors. When I was in the bathroom, this is what I saw. This is what I heard. You know what I mean? And then one day I finally asked my stupid brain, what's bathroom ancestors? I mean, why is there a difference that when you're in the bathroom, why do you get these messages that you don't get anywhere else? So I went to pee one day in the bathroom, and I was looking at the mirror, and I got messages and I got visions. And I said, boom, it's the mirror. So I will also be doing some readings using a mirror. Okay, so today though, it's water. Next time, after I have bought a nice little small mirror, I shall record myself with a mirror. And I know next time I'll have my tripod and my stuff out, and I will be able to have my proper camera, and I'll still be sitting on the floor. There's no table anymore. Practically nothing survived my move, and it has been extremely heartbreaking. But such is my life. Okay, so shall we begin? I do not like Jamie Foxx. Full disclosure, I do not like him. Okay? I don't like him. His hatred for black women, it seeps from his pores, and he's disgusting to me. I don't care what his mother did to him as a child. And yes, his mother did something to him. And his hatred of black women comes from his hatred of his mother, who, I don't give a fuck who says what, when, where, and how. The reading has already begun, but I cannot begin it without opening the board of the Bantu, So, yeah, but because I already held the water in my hand, it has begun. Okay, so welcome to the board of the Bantu. Welcome, everybody. This is the board. of the Bantu spirituality, religion, and courts. 4. Up there is the court of the heavens. In the courts up there, where we are all judged, there is a court, and our ancestors are our defenders. Our ancestors are the defenders, and there is a prosecution team as well. And then there's us who glean the truth. Even if it's not true on the surface, we see the truth. It's really difficult for people to understand this. And I was saying this to my student. We were reading a situation a client has, right? And the client is in a relationship, but on the board, it was saying it wasn't a relationship, it was just a bad situationship. But somehow they are just, she and this individual are stuck with each other, and this individual is her foundation, and he really loves her, but she doesn't like him, and she has spiritually blocked him because she really doesn't like him. And in the on the surface, in the physical, this is a going relationship, it's a going concern. This is how much sometimes we believe the truth does not translate to the physical, but it actually does. It actually does. Does that make sense? It actually does. The truth does translate. It's just that we are pretenders. We hide things. You know? We are pretenders. We hide. But it does. It actually does. So welcome to the board of the Bantu, those who seek truth from the metaphysical and not in the physical, because they know that souls have dissonance and souls have to do what they have to do to survive. Souls have to show one face in the physical in order to play the game, in order to survive. So when we are seeking the truth, when we are wanting justice, real justice, and we are seeking the truth, we're not seeking it from the physical, we are seeking it from the metaphysical. What you may hear on any of our boards may sound so untrue, so weird, so irrelevant, but they are the truth. So welcome to our board, and the board is now open. Today, water. For the next few weeks, water, and then I'm going to do mirror. Okay, Jamie Foxx. Okay, so I'm going to say Jamie and blow. I am told it will slow down what I see. Jamie, Jamie, Jamie. Like we all know, this man has a deep hatred for black women. And I'm just going to start by saying it because that's what bothers me the most. And that is what is in my line of vision. You really can't stand black women. And when he's in a relationship with a black woman, he is extremely abusive. I'm actually seeing him beating them up. He is particularly beating like a biracial looking 20 something year old female. She's not biracial, she's black but light skinned, and he's actually beating her. He has a temper, and his temper is usually, I'm told, to use hold one hand for as long as you can. Okay, the right hand. Okay, he has a temper, and for as long as that temper is raging and there's a black woman in his side, she is going to be his victim. As a general rule, he doesn't like women though. As a general rule, he doesn't like any woman at all. So right now, his life is completely still because he has been hurt, he has been injured, he had a stroke. It doesn't matter what his family says, and he is disabled from it. It's like some of us, we've had strokes, so we kind of know there are parts of him that are never going to work the way they used to. Yeah, there are parts of him that are never going to work the way they used to. They are like his manhood is never going to work the way it used to. He's going to have a limp when he's in some kind of rehab right now. They're teaching him new things. There is incontinence. Like he can't keep his incontinence. You know, he is having incontinence. He is brain damaged. I'm just gonna say it as I'm getting it, learning to talk again. They are really believing that he will get out of it. They are really believing that with a lot of therapy he'll be able to get on his own 2 feet. But water is saying no. Water is saying he's gonna lose a lot of money. I see visions in water, like I see him walking towards his end goal, and I see him holding a briefcase and it's full of money, and he's very confident and he's walking his line because I see all my things, his timeline, and then he falls off the timeline and all the money scatters into the water. All the money. He just falls off one leg. So this this stroke really took him by surprise. He considered himself extremely healthy. There were no warning signs whatsoever. It was like he tripped and he fell. But this time he fell, whoa, right into the water, and the money just fell. So now I'm waiting for him to get up. He's now telling me his story in water. Get up, Jamie. Let's see if you can. So he swims to his timeline and he holds on to his timeline like this, like real strong, with very strong hands. Very strong one hand. And the other hand is like, but with one hand. Now he's trying to pull himself up to his timeline. When you're healthy, you're walking on your timeline. So now he's trying to pull himself up on his timeline from the water onto the timeline. The money is gone. The briefcase of money is gone. Obviously, he's trying to pull himself up to his timeline. A lot of people are laughing at him, literally, ha ha ha, and they are pointing at him, ha ha ha. They are laughing, and I'm trying to look. Halle Berry is one of them. I'm looking at faces. Halle Berry is one of them. Eddie Murphy is another. Kevin Hunt, Kevin, whatever that guy, is another. His dead brother is another. Um, a lot of black people, a lot of black actors. Denzel Washington is another. They are laughing and they are pointing at him. They are like they're in the water. They are laughing and they are pointing at him as he is struggling. He's struggling to get up on his timeline. Why are you laughing? He deserves it. Why? Very cruel to other people. Where's Oprah now? Are they good friends? Jamie and Oprah? Just said, where's Oprah now? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go. Where's Oprah now? He's really struggling. The struggle to get up back on his timeline is what he's currently going through. It's what we are currently experiencing with him. He's really struggling to get up, and he's sinking and he's swallowing water. Then he's trying to pull himself up again, but only one arm is working. Seriously, only one arm is working. I'm feeling sorry for you. I really am. Nobody wants to help him. He's not getting many visitors wherever he is. Like, okay, like the black people have declared themselves that they don't like him, but I'm not seeing any other. There's a Jewish guy though, so he must have a Jewish doctor. There's definitely a Jewish guy who's coming up to help him, and he's putting his arms around Jamie's waistline and trying to pull him up. This Jewish doctor, it's a doctor. He's going to save him, pretty much. He's going to save him. I'm so cold. Oh my god, I'm so cold. Not being in my own place, but I want to get used to it. Okay. Alrighty. So he is being pulled up by a Jewish guy. The guy is 60s. He is 60s. He's all gray with little flecks of black. He's wearing horn-rimmed glasses. He's chunky. He's fat. But he's in his 60s, and he's holding him up and he's pulling him up very, very patiently. He's like being very patient. Being very, very patient. He's pulling him up onto the thing. One leg is in a strap. He lost the use of one side of his body. No matter what they are showing us anyway, and I haven't bothered to keep up because I have a life. uh he lost the use of one side of his body because one leg is being pulled up with a strap, and the other side of him is still very healthy and coming on, but one leg is being pulled up with a strap. So now we've seen one hand that's da, 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 and one leg that's being pulled up with a strap. The leg has more strength than the arm. The leg can actually be worked at and be rejuvenated than the arm. He's going to be getting some injections in his spine, or he is getting injections in his spine from this doctor guy. This doctor guy is walking with him. The interest of his haters is long gone. This is going to be a long struggle for him. When we finally see him in public, please know that this man has gone through a lot. His life is from here on outwards, it's going to be very uncertain, very shaky. It's like the water won't stand still. I think if you guys, I know I'm moving around, but seriously, the water won't stand still. It's going to be a difficult life. Very shaky, very shaky. No matter what we are going to see, maybe we'll see him looking all well and good. Well, no matter what we're going to see, you guys, this he's entering a very shaky period of his life. He says he's paid. He's paying. He says he's paid his price. Why am I paying again? Where is the justice in this? I paid my price. Why am I paying again? This was my moment. The 50s were my moment to shine, to make the most money. Why am I paying? Very bitter. He cries at night alone. He's very bitter about how his life has turned out. So I'm going to ask him, Jamie, why were they laughing at you? Because they hate me. Why? To be successful, I had to turn my back on them. There were just no connections to be made among black people. We don't help each other. So when I made it, I wasn't helping anyone. I was following the rules that they made, the rules that they created. And, look at me now. And they can laugh. They can laugh, but their turn will come too. The kind of stress we go through as black men and people in this industry, it's enough to kill anyone. I'm surprised I survived this long. Mm, okay. So like all of a sudden my hands are freezing cold. I'm like, it's like he has no feeling in one hand of his fingers. They are just cold. I see him being exercised. I see him getting therapy. I see him sitting on machines and they're exercising him. I see them. They're working very hard on him, like 24 hours, 24/7. I see them. This is what do you call it? Physiotherapy, physiotherapy of the body, because he's just being worked on. I see his daughter coming to visit. I see both his daughters coming to visit together, the older and the younger. They are coming to visit. I see a young black male in his 30s coming to visit. He looks like Jamie. Hello, 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 hello. He says hello. Okay. Yeah, and who are you? He says he's his son. How come we don't know about you? He grins, he smiles, and then he looks away, and then he says, you don't know many of us. You just know the ones he wants you to know. So you're visiting him? He says, yeah, not my favorite person, but if he's gonna die, he might leave me some money. And I'll leave it at that for part one because my hands are freezing, and I'll be back around the corner with part two. With part two. This is why I hate water. Water is more intense. I don't like this. Like he's like, I don't know, going like that, something like that. Okay, deuces. I'm back with part two. Let me just warm my hand